All right, so on page 15, we started the top and we did the x-intercepts, y-intercepts, vertical asymptotes, horizontal asymptotes. So the last part of this unit is just getting into the slant asymptotes. So a slant asymptote, well, let's go back for a second. The horizontal asymptotes, when the degree of the top is larger than the degree of the bottom, there is no horizontal asymptote. When the degree of the top, excuse me, so when the degree of the top is one number bigger, that's when we have to do a slant asymptote. Then we do that by synthetic to get the it in y equals mx plus b form. Okay. So everything else is done the exact same way. Vertical asymptotes. Vertical asymptote, we set the denominator x equal to 0, so we get x equals -1. The horizontal asymptote, since the top is bigger than the bottom, there is none. For a slant asymptote, so because it's 1 degree bigger, when we do slant asymptote, we do synthetic division. So we do -1 because we set it equal to 0. So we're not going to find, we're not going to do the vertical, it's not the vertical asymptote, but it's the number value there. And so we do synthetic division, put the numbers down. So 1, -1, and I need my placeholder for the constant at 0. Okay, you will end up with a remainder on these. However, you are going to ignore the remainder. The remainder doesn't do anything for us. It doesn't change anything. So what you do, this starts off as x squared. We know this is 1x minus 2. This is the equation of the slant asymptote. So it's like y equals 1x minus 2. Get the x-intercepts the same way you had it before. X squared minus x. So I'll talk about graphing the slant in just a second. It's equal to 0, so the top equals to 0, so you get x times x minus 1. So I have 1 at 0 and at origin, and then I have 1 at 1. The y-intercept, so that's the x-intercept. The y-intercept, so you have 0 minus 0 over 0 plus 1, so you got 0 over 1. Well, that's a 0, so that's the origin as well. Alright, so we need some asymptotes in there. We have our vertical asymptote at -1. Now, you do not have a horizontal and a slant at the same time, so please mark out, if you don't leave horizontal empty because it's not marked off or anything like that. Alright, so you have vertical there. Slant asymptote is y equals mx plus b. So put -2 on the y-axis. The slope is 1 over 1, so up 1, run 1, up 1, run 1. So it is they are always going to be straight lines. They're always going to be at a diagonal like this. Okay, so it's going to look like that. So you kind of have like V sections. You have vertical angles falling in there and that sort of stuff. You have your graph here at an intercept is 0, 0 and 1, 0. So that means it's going to actually dip down here. And then you want to start getting points. Okay, so 1, 1, 2, 3. So let's do like what, 3? That'll help me graph that one. And usually when you see these, they are going to follow that. So what do we got? 3 squared 9 minus 3, so I got 6 over 4. So I got 1.5. 1. So it's going to follow that way. And since I have my 3 points, I have 0, 0, 1, 0, and 1.5. This graph goes back and follows that. Now, finish it off, do the negatives. So I have -1, -2, and -3. -1, -2, -3. So I have 1 plus 1, so I have 2 over, oh, silly, I can't do 1. That's an asymptote. Okay, so get rid of that one. So I have 4 plus 2, so I have 6 over. So -2 plus 1 is -1, so I have a -6 there. And -9 plus 3 is 12 over -2, so I got -6 again. So it looks like it's going to be pretty symmetric. So it's what it's going to do is go up and go down there. And follow that one down. Again, remember we talked about the asymptotes today. Since x plus 1 only happens one time, on either side of the asymptote is going to be one up and the other one's going to be down. So we can count on that sort of stuff. And you're not going to go through a slant asymptote, so we just got -3, -6. And then -4. Let's see, -4, so we got 16 plus 4 is 20 over -3, so -6.3 repeating. Okay, so there's your graph. Okay. On page 16, if you feel pretty comfortable with what we're doing, I would stop this. I would, in each one of these, I would stop. I'm going to post what these look like on Classroom so you can see the actual graphs and all the work here. If you want to pause it and just check back in with this, and then go check it, and then I'm going to just run through some of the key information here for you. Okay, so factoring the top, I have 2x and x. I have +1 and -1. Okay, and my vertical asymptote, denominator equal to 0. So x is equal to 1. My horizontal asymptote, my degree of the top is 2, my degree of the bottom is 1. 2 is bigger than 1, so none. My slant, the top is 1 degree bigger than the bottom, so I want to do synthetic. Okay, ignore the remainder. So this is always going to be y equals mx plus b, so this is degree 2, so this is degree 1. So y equals, on my slant, 2x plus 3. My x-intercepts, I set the top equal to 0. I have 2x minus 1, and I have x plus 1. 1, 0, and 1/2, 0. My y-intercept, I replace every x with a 0, so 0 plus 0 minus 1 over 0 minus 1, so 1. So 0, 1. Alright, get that information on there, vertical asymptotes, slant asymptotes. Pick some points on either side, so I want 3 on each part of the graph. Alright, and then go through the same thing on this last one, and I'll get you set up here. So x minus 2, x plus 1 over x minus 1. Remember, we only have holes, and I haven't asked you for a hole, so that's a big hint. On the test, I'm actually going to ask you for everything, and you have to identify when you have it or don't, so it's not like leading you through it. If there's a hole thing on here and you say, okay, nothing cancels out, scratch off the hole. There's no hole on it, the graph. Okay, vertical asymptote, but denominator equal to 0, so x equals 1 again. Horizontal, the top versus the bottom degrees, 2 versus 1, so none. the slant, do synthetic with the top. Ignore the remainder, just make the equation y equals 1x plus 0. The x-intercepts. Set the top equal to 0, x minus 2 is equal to 0, x plus 1 is equal to 0, so you have it at 2, 0, and negative 1, 0. Y-intercept. Zero, 2. Okay, get everything on there. Start making graphs and compare them to what I have posted on Classroom. Talk to you later. Bye.